How far are we going to pump in the bull market, friends? It is a question that everybody would like to know. All I can do is go off my classical others BTC ratio to give you an idea of the overall altcoin index. Everybody wants, they want to know, I know, they want to know specific coins, specific targets. Look, you will run into trouble if you have specific targets because you'll find that most of the targets never get met for most people. And what ends up happening is they just end up making the wrong decisions out here. Because it never gets met, they hold on too long, they ignore all the euphoria signals and end up round tripping. And that is very devastating when it comes to altcoins. All I can do is look at the overall health of the altcoins based off Bitcoin. Okay, I'll give you other charts. So this is a closer look. I've got fractals of the past to show you how big these waves can go. And yeah, it's possible that we have wave 1 and wave 2 like seasons of the past. Which actually, friends, I've seen from even 2013 had an alt season wave 1 in April of that year. There just wasn't any data. Litecoin basically launches in April of 2013. So I did that in one of my earlier videos. It's actually fascinating to go through. So it works every single time. Every single bull market, there was 2 alt season waves. Wave 1 and wave 2, okay? Now, we want to know, right, how far are we going to go even in wave 1? Here's the thing, right? If you don't really know because you need to understand how far Bitcoin goes. But let's say, for just argument's sake, Bitcoin goes about to 150K in the next 6 months, some point in that alt season wave on. It does its first 50% move, okay? And then let's say it does that first 50% move to 150K. Well, if it does that, what you can do is, if you look at others BTC, you go, all right, if you're moving from about 18% here up to nearly 40%, that's about a 2x on Bitcoin. Okay, a 2x on Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin went up 50% and you did 2 times that, 1.5, you get 3. But this is others. Okay, so this is, friends, this is almost everything in the top 100. So it's outside of the top 10. Okay, so there you go. It's Tron, it's Pui, it's Hedera, and as you can see, Uni. Now, here's the thing, friends. This is like everything in the index, okay? And they're all 3 billion market cap, okay? So even if you go down to rank 100, here it's 1.3 billion. So there are a lot of winners and there are losers of this. So if the average thing does 3, from today, yeah, there'll be some coins in there, they'll do 4, 5, 6. Maybe some lucky unicorn does like a 9, yeah? And then of that 3, maybe some things are poop, they only do a 2x. Like, for example, I mean, Chainlink is $21 now. What if it only hits $40 in that thing? Just to give you an example. Hopefully Chainlink is towards the $60 to $90 mark, but you see the point here. Now remember, this is $1 billion plus market cap coin. This is the overall majority of the wealth of the altcoins. There are obviously going to be, if Bitcoin goes up that much, there are going to be coins that come up and do 40x, 50x, your fart coins, whatever they are, okay? I'm not saying touch fart coin, okay? We love fart on PulseChain. We have our own, they have their own game stuff. They got me in the game. I think they got Mr. Hexy Bastard in the game. Got to go check it out, friends. I haven't had time. But I'll play some Pumpy G music for everyone out here as well. So that's how we would derive these numbers. But yeah, man, here's the thing as well. What if the alt season goes super, super big? Yeah, that's possible too. It's just, I wouldn't hold my breath for it. If it does, okay, it does. You know what I mean? Just that's why if it goes, if we just see that number, if the average altcoin in that others index is doing a 3, and yeah, if you're only getting, I guess, a 4 or 5 or 6, you didn't fail. You're actually beating the index. That's why we want to understand this others BTC ratio to help us navigate the field. And remember, that's alt season wave 1. Okay, that's alt season wave 1. Where would we go if alt season wave 2 happens? Well, how far would the prices go? Well, here's the thing. From here to here, friends, is about a 3x. Okay, that is a 3x on BTC. But you need to know Bitcoin's price. What if Bitcoin goes up to 250K? Okay, what if Bitcoin goes to 250K? So you basically would do, the 150K difference. So it's actually you do 2.5 times 3x, and then you have 7.5. That's the number. So the average altcoin, let's round it up for friendship. Let's just say 8. Okay, around 8x from today. But that's all the altcoins outside top 10. So if it's doing 8, some coins will do, the winning ones will do like, 12, 16. pooper ones are probably going to do like, 6-ish under it because it's an average. Yeah. Obviously, there will be a unicorn that does like a 50x or something, which you probably don't know what it is. It could be like Beam or something random. Who knows? Just like a random coin or something that appears out here. Okay. So by this point, hopefully, if the average altcoin does 8, and remember, I've assumed Bitcoin stops at 250K. What if it goes higher? Yeah. What if it goes lower? I just assumed an 8x. That's why if you follow my PulseChain stuff, I'm hoping PulseChain before Ethereum's topped out, it does 8 up to that point. And then maybe in the month after it tops out, hopefully Richard Hart does the repetition of what he did with Hex, as we've covered before. Because Hex's biggest move Hex's real move of profit for day one people only came after Richard thought the top was in. It actually started in June. In June of 2021, after that he thought the top was in. So this is Hex day one adoption amplifier people that are actually not even making money. They thought they were, but it's because we were matching Ethereum. And back then, nobody knew how to chart these ratios and stuff. No one was looking at this Hex ETH ratio. If they did, they wouldn't be so happy, by the way. They wouldn't understand. It's like when I show you the Pulse ETH ratio. Okay, it's the same thing. And people who don't understand those ratios, they bleed over time. Like they're the people who, if Bitcoin goes 100x and then they make 3x on their coin, they think that they won. No, you didn't win. The person who was supplying you the coin, they won. They took your Bitcoin, they hold the Bitcoin or the Ethereum immediately, and then your bag holding their dog shit, and then you only get a 3x on US dollar, okay? You gotta understand this. If you don't understand this, you are exit liquidity, you're being yield farmed actively in crypto. Check out this funny Coinfessions Rekt, friends. Back in 2020, before Corona dip, I had a BitMEX long on Bitcoin with a liquidation of around 6K. I'll just show you that chart now. Because actually, friends, that's when I joined Bitcoin, when I joined crypto. When I came into crypto, it was the end of 2018, and I came here. And he had his liquidation under 6K. That's wild, man. So that is that 6K mark. That's why everyone back in Zombie Virus 2020, they had liquidations under 6K because he was this level. It was a long bear market level, and then as well, it was a level here. So unfortunately, this guy had his liquidation here, but look how the story goes next. He then continues. He says, I still remember before the midnight dip for Europe, I sold all my altcoins at a big loss to back up my margin position for my Bitcoin liquidation long. I drove the liquidation down a $4,000 price. Oh man, that's why, friends, man, it's this leverage trading, friends. It gets you destroyed, dude. Look, he dragged down his liquidation down to 4K. Look at that. He got liquidated. Look at that. He just got licked. See that? He just got licked because Bitcoin hit 3,600. I think it actually hit 3,200 on 3,600 on actual BitMEX. I remember because we were trading the price action there. Yeah. He says, I went to sleep. He's thinking, oh, don't worry, my liquidation is 4K. I can sleep at night. He goes to sleep and then he gets woken up by his email, the BitMEX liquidation email sent to him. He goes, it was at 3 a.m. He goes, I lost it all. Then I went to wake up my wife to tell her all my hopes are gone. She didn't understand at the start. She said to me, don't worry, the price drops and then it goes back up, right? Oh, the pain and the horror. It was the worst night of my life. Thank you, sir, for sharing this story. It is a painful story. But yeah, friends, that's a get to see. So I've accompanied that with a message. The price does come back for spot holders. You see? So, I mean, like, friends, you're even watching Richard Hart, Interpol FUD, and Corrupt SEC, and everything else. Yeah, maybe the price comes back, but if you're using borrowed money, man, you increase your risk. Altcoins, man, you can't afford that. That's why it's better just to be in spot altcoins and to hodl and believe. And yeah, see how this year plays out. But people will enter this year. So maybe, friends, by the end, let's say PulseChain core coins, let's say the average altcoin is up like 3 or 4x from today. People will have, it's up 3 to 4x. And so they'll think, oh, okay, well, I'm now more confident to take on more leverage because let's say they've got another 5x target, but they're joining in the momentum from everyone. But that's when you run into problems, friends, because you can get liquidated everywhere. Why do retailers get trapped at market tops? And the answer is they think they are a bigger believer if they have a bull target that's higher than everyone else. That's how they get trapped at market tops. So, like, if Bitcoin goes to 250K by the end of this year, people then say, no, you're not. That's not gold's target price yet. But gold would be a $900,000 Bitcoin. So you're not bullish enough. I'm a bigger believer than you. That's unfortunately what happens, friends. So, and people who sell lows, they think they are mitigating risk. Okay, they think, oh, no, I'm looking after my family. I have to protect what I have. Therefore, I'm going to click out and sell. See how humans, we rationalize this stuff in markets? Because like we're following our emotions on the way up, and we're following them on the way down with the actions. And then that ends up getting you wrecked. We know, obviously, buying highs and selling lows gets you destroyed in markets. So actually, friends, the most devout believer is the person aggressively buying during this fear and depression, okay? And also, when there is euphoria and higher prices, okay, the person who says, you know what, man, my dopamine is cut off. I wanted higher price targets, but I'm looking around and it looks like we've run out of buyers. And like, you don't get this clear signal per se, but the person who is able to look around and go, hey, there've been like 14 exotic top signals now. It's the end of the 4-year cycle. Look, yeah, we can run another year, but here's the thing. Okay, you don't know by the end of next year. So you don't know, friends. See, others BTC. You don't know that it's definitely over at this point. You don't know at the end of this year. You don't know if others BTC is up here. It's just that in 3 data points, it was over. So you now have to attribute. That's why. Look, you can do what you want. Not financial advice. I'm just telling you how I navigate. I have to attribute. Your friends on me go, okay, well, if 3 data points it was over, okay, is there a chance it continues into 2026? Yeah, there is a chance. But it's a chance. It's not certainty. So, like, worst case, it's 50-50. You can't go wrong with a 50-50 coin flip, okay? If you're right, in terms of, like, let's say if you're right and it keeps going, it doesn't matter, you still got 50% allocation. But if you're wrong and it actually the bear market is done, you've got a 95% wipeout in your altcoins and everything else, and Bitcoin's down 70% from the top, at least you got your stable coins. You can start to build up your Bitcoin position again, okay? But the person who doesn't do that, because here's the thing, friends, when you sell half your position, you're cutting off your dopamine because you're slowing down the dopamine rate, okay? No one wants to do that, okay? No one wants to, like, you want more and more and more, okay? And also you run the risk of being embarrassed because there are JEETs selling now, right? So like maybe December comes as a white swan event and people are saying, hey, anybody who JEETs Bitcoin under 300K is a retardio. Maybe they say stuff like that. I think that's why it gets tough towards these extremes of the cycle. And some followers are confused because DogWifHat is being mindshare flipped by Fartcoin. Game is game, bruh. So this is obviously a funny guy, friends, with a giant cranium head. This is like maybe Vitalik's, maybe one of his minions out here. It's kind of funny how we saw this picture, man. I had so much fun laughing. This guy's head, friend, I was just laughing, man. They just would Photoshop his head blue. It's from a non-crypto part of Twitter, by the way. Just a random part just appeared on my feed. Everyone's just giving this guy hell, man. Oh. But yeah, man, if someone put the DogWifHat hat on him, and just show you, man, like, even if you look at DogWifHat, remember, friends, Ansem, top of the world, right? Top of the world. And it's still gone sideways, okay? So when you think everyone's conviction comes, like even if they, like, man, March 2024, it's $1.60 a year ago, and then you're still going sideways. Doesn't mean like it's completely over, but you got to be careful, man. When things go up so much, they don't just go down to zero, but there is this distribution part. So it like forces you to believe. I hope DogWifHat and everything goes up, but it's just different, man. Like when you have PulseX, you know we've been fudded out to the hell, okay? You know we've been fudded for 3 years. PulseChain, PulseX, all of them. PulseX, right? Look, the buy and burn ticked up to 5.92%, which is amazing, yeah? So the buy and burn is still ratcheting up, and during this year, it's going to ratchet up even more because it's the bull market. All the volume is going to come in, but you might find people drink the Kool-Aid at the end because they might say, well, because here's the thing, man. In a bear market, the volumes drop 95%. So the ratcheting of the volume goes down as well. But, you know, I guess we'll cross that path when we get there. No one can even imagine the possibility that people are going to refuse to sell because everyone wants to sell right now. But it just takes a few green monthly candles, man. It takes a few green monthly candles, maybe Richard Hart live streams at around the top or something, and just gets everybody and the juices flowing and stuff. A bit more pDAI back here as well, friends. So pDAI is almost 100x to $1. It's actually almost hit like 1 cent. Maybe kind of did wick down there and stuff again. I personally, now here's the thing. Even though I'll say if PulseChain only does an 8x before Ethereum tops at the top, and then it does another 8x after, that's the big wild card. Is it going to do the hex repeat? But if pDAI is 10 cents by, say, June this year, to me, I will be very, very, very motivated because it's showing you that it's playing along the path. Okay, and this 10 cents, man. I'm not selling at 10 cents. Okay, actually, you know what? I could sell at 10 cents, but like I'm playing for the thesis. But what I'm saying could sell at 10 cents. I'm trying to help you. Like, go. Don't take my word whether I'm gonna buy or gonna sell ending. I don't know, man. I can change my. You can change your mind in 5 seconds, friends. This is the year everybody goes skits. You can't just make a full on. Hey, I'm locked in to this one ID decision. You can't, man. What if Jim Cramer says $900,000 Bitcoin's coming next week? You know what I mean? So you have to be aware of these things. Now, at 10 cents though, I will feel so euphoric because I'm like, oh, it's happening, okay? And it will give like motivation to continue holding, even though maybe the core coins are slowing down. So that's just one scenario I'm prepared for. Also, I'm gonna finish off with some funny stories, friends. Hilarious story. Everyone turns into a Bitcoin maxi. I told my friend to buy a meme coin back in Feb. He made 40K. Since then, he's been rugged a few times. He's now a Bitcoin maxi. He bashes meme coins every day and he hopes my portfolio goes to zero. I regret making him money. So, man, he bought a meme coin, made 40 grand, and now he just bashes it. So, man, yeah, it is tough, friends, out here. Also, you have everyone saying, like, gotta say, man, it's a Zen master. Gotta say, altcoins are tough this cycle. Yeah, they are, friends. There's a lot of altcoin dispersion, but technically, the friendship part doesn't start. And like, if you repeat 2017, it peaks in June. But yeah, man, you don't know, man. We're always moving it out. Who knows, man? Last but not least, okay, I just want to show you something. There's a guy named Gary Webb, okay, friends, some deep state stuff. Gary Webb was a journalist investigating the Kia, the Coconut Intelligence Agency, for their drug trafficking ring. What happened to him? So he's investigating them. This was, if you know about Bill Clinton and stuff, like, man, these guys, and this is the guy, you don't want to go against the government, okay? So Gary Webb, what happened to him? 2 weeks, he was going to present his evidence in court. The Coconut Intelligence Agency, it was in Arkansas, right? Shout out to all my baby dolls in Arkansas. Or it's to do with Bill Clinton, George H. Bush Sr. They were trafficking drugs, probably still are, trafficking drugs, moving money around South America and stuff out here. And 2 weeks before he was about to present all the evidence in court, he got shot twice in the back of the head. And then the Coconut Intelligence Agency investigated themselves and they ruled it this word, S word, okay? An S word. Because, see, unfortunately, YouTube friends, if you say that S word now or to like yourself, they demonetize you. And they shadow ban your videos. So it's just weird. YouTube becoming really, really Nancy state and stuff out here. You know, it's probably part of this AI programming to be like, hey, positive thoughts only. We're the government, we can do whatever we want. Yeah, very, very weird stuff that happens. Not even weird. Like, we know that's exactly how they move stuff around. That's how they get all their negotiations and stuff out here. So I think we just keep that in mind, friends. Keep stuff like that in mind when Bitcoin's planted all around the media. Maybe it's 250K, 300K, hopefully, and Michael Saylor's doing all that turbo leverage. Because, man, oh, man, that 4-year cycle repeats. Going to be juicy. Where do we go from here? Just keep holding. You know, friends, in my altcoin expectation targets, I want heaps of altcoins. I want all our individual ones to go up heaps. I don't know. All I know is, hey, if all I can go is off 3 data points, man. 4-year cycle repeats, same formula, hold all year, see what happens. Okay. By the way, with PulseChain stuff, if you sold in the first wave, you missed out on Hex's biggest move. You sold at 5 cents, it goes to 50. Okay, so even if you're in PulseChain stuff, like here's another point. If you have altcoins that have moved up heaps and you're playing the 4-year cycle, maybe you rotate into PulseChain core coins and half PulseChain core coins, half ETH, just to protect yourself. Or and maybe just hold that for Altseason wave number 2. So selling early in Richard Hart coins was the wrong move last time. I'm just going to bet that selling early in the cycle is going to repeat again. But I can't speak for the other coins, okay? I'm just hoping 2017 repeats. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, or catch you next one.